I made a huge mistake, and here is what happened. We bought a property approximately 3 years ago or so. I bought it, I should say, at an auction. Hubzu, if you ever heard of it, is a website. You can buy properties at auction. I bought this place for like $90,500, which at the time I thought was a great deal for a 3-bedroom upper-lower duplex. It's in this specific neighborhood. It's 1800 South 29th. So you can look on a map and kind of get an idea of where it's at. I bought this property sight unseen. I had driven past it, just the exterior, walked it very briefly, but I never went inside of it. I had no idea what I was getting myself into, but I thought, how bad could it possibly be? And thank God I have great friends, because one of them came in clutch and saved my life. They renovated the property, helped me renovate the property, helped me get working boilers in there, everything. It needed everything. I really didn't know what I was getting myself into. So we bought this property for $90,500. We probably put in like 30 grand worth of work into it. And before it's all said and done, we ended up selling it just last week, actually. So we did a cash out refinance against the property to try to pay for the repair funds. That money, when we got it, was originally going to be used to fund a new purchase or, try to expand the business. Instead, a different duplex that I bought had bad foundation issues, and we had to put $40,000 into that foundation. So that money evaporated immediately. I took the money basically from one property and put it into another one, into a foundation of all things, which literally brings no value except for the property doesn't crumble. So I guess there's some value there, but there's no rent value, right? There's no return on that. Obviously you need to have it. And thankfully we did that, because last year there was major storms in Milwaukee and that would have caused a problem. But back to the original duplex, 1800 South 29th. We'll throw up some pictures so you can get an idea of what it looked like. We owned it for a couple years. This property was my highest interest rate of all my properties. It was over 8%. So we were paying a ton of money to own this property. It wasn't really cash flowing, and we knew that there was some equity there. And we felt that, in my opinion, I'd rather have the equity in the bank account than sitting just idle in this property, because we have a lot of things going on right now. It just takes one roof, one foundation, one whatever for that LLC to be underwater. So we wanted to have cash reserves plus things up a little bit, because for years we've just been going hard and we haven't put any cash back into either our pockets or the business pockets. It's just been using for more down payments. And at this point, I think we need to have a little bit more reserve money laying around. So we sold this property. We'll jump over to my computer so you can get an idea of what the closing statement looks like. But between the cash out refinance for $40,000 and this closing statement where we got $31,264, between the two of those, that's a $70,000 net on a property that was a huge mistake. I should have never bought a property sight unseen like that from somebody I didn't know. I had no knowledge of the property. I just thought, $90,000 seems cheap. But the lesson there is that just because it's cheap doesn't mean it's a good deal. In this case, my friend saved my life. He's the guy that got me into real estate, and he kept me in real estate at this point, because we were not making the money we are right now. But that's just to say that not everything's perfect. We make mistakes. Everybody's going to make a mistake. You just have to hope that the mistake that you make is not enough to cripple the business. And in this case, it didn't. And we've moved well past that at this point. But it is a reminder that you can do stuff that sounds good on paper. 90 grand, how bad could it be? And then you're replacing boilers for 10 grand. You're doing both units, plumbing, electrical. It needed everything. And the guy was hoarding the appliances. So we had to move all these heavy, giant appliances out of that property to clean it up. The list goes on and on. I'll jump over to my computer. I'll show you the closing statement so you can get an idea of what that looks like. We show every single closing statement on every single property, whether it's a buy, a sell, a refinance. I will show you them all. So we'll jump over there, get you guys eyes on the closing statement, and we'll go from there. Appreciate all of you watching as always, and I'll see you over there. All right, everybody. So here's the closing statement for 1800 South 29th. As you'll see right here, this property, like I said, was a duplex I bought at an auction. So this does not tell the whole story. There's a lot of other work that went into it, but I bought it for 90 grand. We've got the closing, prism title, all that stuff. And then we've got purchase price. They paid $199 for this place. So $100,000 more than what, over that, almost $110,000 more than what I paid for it. I had to give them prorations for taxes, water, sewer, all that stuff. Credits, balance due to seller, which was $195. We had a recording fee of $37. They put $2,000 down as their credit for the earnest money. So $193 is what I was owed. And then $193 starts getting destroyed. Technically, I guess this is rolled into it. So $195.7. First loan payoff, $150. We owed less than that, but guess what? This loan had a prepayment penalty. It was 8%. It was like 8.29%. I just wanted it out of the loan. It was annoying me that I had a loan like that. I could have refinanced it, but I would have had to pay them to refinance it because I had prepayment penalties, because this was also a loan that was done with the lending HUD, which is not the place to go, but sometimes the place you need. Realtor commission, I listed this with an agent as an act of goodwill. So I paid $10,700 of realtor commissions, which is totally unnecessary, but sometimes that's what you got to do. Their side was necessary. This side I kind of got hosed on, if you ask me. But, you know, again, I'm fostering a relationship with them. Hopefully they'll give me some good deals in return like they have in the past, and we'll continue to build together. Small fee to pay, honestly, and it saved me a lot of headaches at the time. Broker admin fees, so they squeezed me for another $695. Closing fee to land, owner's title insurance to land, Prism title had their wire fees, land, you know, all these extra fees for blah 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 blah, state tax and stamps, and online notary service, which is what I signed for this digitally. So in this shaded area is the signatures and names of all the people involved, and I wasn't even on there because my agent did it for me. So anyways, net proceeds due to seller. This is the wire that we got. We got $31,264 and $34 cents. So that money basically is sitting idle in the bank account right now, but it's plussing us up. So when we have a roof, when we have a foundation, when we have a deal that needs to close and we don't have all the money, we have something sitting aside. And you know, you don't want to have tons and tons of idle cash, obviously, because it's eroding away with inflation, but you don't want to have nothing, because cash is king. No one cares how much equity you have in properties. You got to have cash. So in this case, I chose the low hanging fruit, the one-off duplex on its own loan that has super high interest rate and is worth at least 50 grand more. And lo and behold, here we are, $31,264. Plus, remember, I bought it for $90,000. We put a bunch of money into it, but my cash out refinance was for 40 grand. So realistically, in the time of service for this property, we've pulled out about $71,264 of value. Now there's costs to rehab it, right? We had the boiler, we had the interior repairs, but a lot of that stuff was paid for by other rents from other properties. So yes, it's a loss net, but as far as a loss personally, none of us felt any of that because it was being absorbed by other properties. And that's the power of having multiple units, multiple addresses, locations, etc. So 1800 South 29th, quick, down and dirty, to give you guys an idea of what that looks like, and another look into a closing statement. And we'll talk to you guys soon. Again, appreciate it as always, all the viewership, all the comments. It means the world to me. So hopefully you got value out of this, and we'll talk soon. See ya.